What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfiles.com. Before we get started, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. And today we're going to go over all of May Air Jordan release dates. And so far, it's looking like somewhat of a short month. And when I say short, I mean there's not a ton of releases. However, things can change. And as you guys know, there's been a ton of release dates moving around. So don't be surprised if something pops up later down the road that's not in this video. However, if that does happen, there is a link in the description below which will take you to sneakerfiles.com Air Jordan release dates page, which will have all the updated releases for May as well as stuff throughout the year and even beginning of 2021. Now, in this video, I'm going to provide all the information I have for every release. There's also one pair that has yet to leak as far as images go, but we do have a little bit of details. So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Starting things off is the Air Jordan 1 Low Multi Snakeskin. Now, this is a women's release. Initially, this pair was rumored to be part of the Black History Month collection, but turns out that wasn't the case. As you guys know, Jordan Brand has been releasing a lot more lows, and this pair definitely has a nice theme to it, pretty catchy. It features multicolored snakeskin across the upper, and then we have black on the base. Also, gold outlines the swoosh, lands on the Jumpman on the tongue, insole, and also covers the Wings logo on the heel. The look is completed with a white midsole and black rubber outsole. So if this is something you're interested in buying, they are available now. They dropped on May 1st. And if you want to grab them, you can go to finishline.com. Retail price is set at $110. Another Air Jordan 1 Low that recently released, this pair is being called Palm Tree. Now, I looked around and honestly, I didn't see any retailers have this pair available yet. However, Sneakers and Stuff, they did have them, but I recently searched and now I couldn't find it. However, I'm going to include it in for the initial release date, talk about them, and I'm going to go over some more details on when you can expect them to drop. Now, the pair comes in light Orwood brown, white, and laser blue. We recently gone over this shoe in the news videos, but the standout feature would be palm trees on the panels and the toe box. Following, we have yellow used on the swoosh, blue lands on the insoles, is applied to the Jumpman on the tongue, lace overlay, and then we have an embroidered Wings logo on the heel. So originally this pair was scheduled to release on May 1st, and that was at Sneakers and Stuff. Now, it's possible that either Sneakers and Stuff got the release date wrong or they sold out already. Now, you can expect a wider release to take place, but it's unknown the specific date. But if I had to guess, probably within a week or two. And once available, the retail price will be $100. After a handful of release date changes, the Air Jordan 5 Fire Red has finally released. Now, I'm sure everybody knows the release took place today. Initially, they were going to release on March 28th, which would celebrate Michael Jordan scoring 69 points against the Cavaliers back on March 28th of 1990. So 30 years later to the date these were expected to drop. And as you guys know, there was a ton of release date changes. In my opinion, this is a must-have pair. And for those that don't know, there was a shock drop which took place on April 19th, and that was to celebrate The Last Dance. Now, the official release date is today, I'm sure everybody knows, May 2nd, and they will be available in full family sizing. So, men's will cost you $200, grade school is priced at $140, preschool is $80, and then toddler sizing will cost you $60. Now, I'm not sure what to think on this release as far as if they're going to sell out or not. I mean, of course, eventually they are, and there has been a lot of hype as of late for Jordans. I mean, we're seeing prices pretty much skyrocket because of the Last Dance documentary. So it wouldn't really surprise me if most of the sizes did sell out, but I do know that this is going to be a massive GR. This video will be out after the release, so hopefully everybody who was trying to purchase the shoe was able to today. Also releasing this month is another Air Jordan 34 Low. This pair is being called Heritage. It comes pretty much in your standard Chicago color theme. It features black, metallic silver, white, and red orbit. Personally, I'm a fan of the Air Jordan 34 Low. I feel that this pair would have been a lot nicer if it had a bit more red used, but that's just my opinion. And if you're interested in purchasing, they drop on May 7th, and the retail price will be $165. Next up for the month of May is the Air Jordan 13 GS Aurora Green. Now, it seems like a lot of people are liking the shoe, at least what I'm seeing across social media. And going over the pair, they feature a white, soar, Aurora green, and digital pink colorway. So on the base, we have white. White also covers most of the tongue, toe, and pods. And then we have green on the lower part of the panels that wraps the heel. Both pink and green are speckled across the laces. It kind of gives them that cotton candy look, although cotton candy is usually pink and blue. But we do have blue on the Jumpman. One of the interesting parts about this shoe is the dimples that you see across the panels. Those have stitching within them, and they use different color stitching. So we have blue, green, and pink. Now, for a release date, this pair is currently scheduled for May 8th. Retail price will be $140. Also, just to mention once again, this is a grade school exclusive release. In my opinion, this is another big release for the month, and it's the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Game Royal. Now, this isn't a true Royal Toe, but Jordan Brand was calling them Royal Toe when they were sending out information as far as a release date change and things like that. Jordan Brand also gave out early access. I believe it was on April 29th. So if you have a Nike sneakers account, select individuals were granted access to purchase. But what I heard about that is they sold out really fast. And even if you were granted access, that doesn't guarantee you the pair. Matter of fact, some accounts were even getting them the day before, which I thought was interesting. And unfortunately, I was not given access, but this will definitely be a pair I pick up. And in my opinion, I believe they're going to sell well. I don't think they're going to sit. I could be biased because I really like the shoe. Now, I'm sure you guys know when they're going to release, but if you don't, May 9th is the date and retail price will be $170. Also, I believe that this shoe will only be available in men's and grade school sizing. So $170, like I mentioned, for the men's, and grade school sizing will cost you $130. Let me know your thoughts on this pair in the comment section below if you plan on picking them up on May 9th. Releasing all on the same day is the Air Jordan 4 Metallic Pack. Now the pack consists of the purple metallic, red metallic, orange metallic, and green metallic, and I do have new details. So Jordan Brand recently put out a press release, and what wasn't known is that each pair is inspired by the OG Air Jordan 1 High Metallic. So not only did they give us this new information, but they also took some cool pictures, so I'm going to include it in this video. And just reading a bit from this article, inspired by the original Air Jordan 1 Metallic Pack, the Air Jordan 4 gets a makeover using 4 of the original metallic colorways: red, orange, green, and purple. Following the AJ1's lead, the pack uses a clean white base with metallic color details on the eyelets, tongue, and Jumpman heel logo. Now this is pretty cool, but in my opinion, I would rather see the Air Jordan 1 Metallic Pack release. Not saying these are bad, because I honestly like a few of the colorways. It's just because I would rather have the OG Air Jordan 1 Metallic Pack. I've always been a fan of it. And what Jordan Brand left out, and somebody on Instagram tipped me off to this, and I don't know if they want their name to be mentioned, so I'm not going to say it in the video, but you know who you are, and big shout out to you. But the pack is going to be a regional release. Now, initially, I thought that it could be, but there was no confirmation on this. And he shared with me an Instagram post from Offspring, and they had the Air Jordan 4 Red Metallic listed to release, I believe it was May 5th. It could have been the 16th. I know there was a few stores that were going to release them early, and they titled it as a regional release. This, of course, was before the release date was pushed back, and I announced that in a prior news video. So I started to do some digging, and I don't have 100% confirmation, and I believe I know 3 out of the 4 locations that each will release. So first up, we have Purple Metallic, and that pair looks to be a North America exclusive. I've seen this pair on the East Bay release calendar as well as Finish Line. Next up is the red metallic, and that looks like it's going to release in Europe. And next up we have the green metallic, which looks to release in Asia. Now, I haven't tracked down the orange metallic yet, but I'm going to find that information soon, and once I do, that will go into the news video. And as for the release date, all 4 pairs will drop on May 20th. They'll also be available in men's and grade school sizing, so men's will cost you $190 and then grade school sizing will cost you $140. There's actually 3 pairs of shoes releasing this month that we have yet to see photos of, at least at the time of shooting. So I'm going to go over the first 2 and keep it kind of short because we don't know much, but the first one is the Air Jordan 1 Mid SC, and this is going to be a women's release, and it's known as Washed Coral. This also seems to be part of a pack, and as for the release date, they drop on May 20th, and the retail price will be $125. Next up is the Jordan Why Not 0.3 Washed Coral. So again, no photos of this pair, and they're rumored to release on May 28th, and the retail price will be $130. I'm sure in the next week, possibly 2 weeks, we should have a first look at both of them. The third pair that we have yet to officially see is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Dark Mocha. Now, the image used is a Photoshop, and there is an image going around on Instagram and people are stating that it's the shoe, but it's actually a custom, and it's based off of the Rookie of the Year Air Jordan 1. It's just darkened up. Now, what I'm hearing about the shoe, again, it's not confirmed, is that it's going to be similar to the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1. Now, this pair will feature a Cell Dark Mocha in black colorway. There's also another colorway that's very similar that's expected to release later this year. Now, currently, this pair has a placeholder date, and more than likely, the release date will change. But as of now, May 30th is when they're expected to release, and the retail price will be $170. Also, I'm not 100% positive on this, but more than likely they'll also release in grade school sizing. Now, if it turns out that this pair releases on May 30th, then Jordan Brand did a great job on keeping it under wraps until, at the very least, the month of the date. But once there's more information on this pair, I'll make sure to update on sneakerfiles.com and it'll go into the next news video. I put out that there was going to be a lot of Air Jordan release dates being moved around, and that was before I leaked all the info. And if you haven't watched that, you can check out the last video. I go over all of that there. Also, if you're not following us on Twitter, make sure to head over there and give us a follow at SneakerFiles. Now, when I put that tweet out, a lot of people were concerned that the Air Jordan 13 Flint release date has been changed because, as we all know, this is another pair that has been moved around quite a bit. Now, as everything stands right now, the release date has not changed. That doesn't mean it's not going to, because as you guys know, due to the current pandemic, everything has been moving, and I get why. Definitely not complaining about it, although it does suck. But businesses, they have to do what they have to do. And as long as they're taking time to do things and making sure everybody's safe, then I don't mind waiting. But the news on this pair returning originally leaked, I believe, in late 2019. A lot of people didn't believe that a release was coming, and everybody had good reason, because there was so many rumors throughout the years that the Air Jordan 13 Flint would return. Currently, they are scheduled for May 30th. That has been the date for at least a month now, I believe. But like I mentioned, it's still possible the release date could change. They will also release in full family sizing. Men's will cost $190, grade school will cost $140, preschool is priced at $80, and toddler will cost you $60. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about a potential shock drop for this shoe, and honestly, it's possible. I definitely could see it with this pair, but for any shock drop, right before the next 2 episodes of The Last Dance documentary airs, just open up the Sneakers app, kind of just sit there, refresh it, wait a couple minutes, even past 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to make sure, because it's really hard to confirm these shock drops. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 13 Flint. Is this a pair you plan on picking up this month? And that is all the releases currently scheduled for May from Jordan Brand. And like I mentioned early on, it's very possible a release date could change, a new shoe could be added in, And in the case that it does, there will be a link in the description below which will take you to sneakerfiles.com's Air Jordan release dates page, where all the dates will be updated there, not just for May, but June all the way through 2020 and a little bit of 2021. I appreciate you guys for watching this. Let me know in the comment section which pairs you are going after this month. Also, I would like to do a overall sneaker release dates video just with some of the more sought after releases coming from Nike, Adidas, and other brands. So if that's something you would be interested in, let me know in the comment section below. I know in the past there wasn't much interest, but just revisiting the question once again. Now, if you got a second, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to sneakerfiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.